Hello YouTube, this is RAPTall coming with another Wi-Fi battle for you. This time it's against an opponent named Greenbolt. I didn't realize till we started that he actually has more of a UU NU team. I was asking for an OU battle, but he said yes. So I thought I'd go for it anyway. It's actually a pretty fun match, so here we go, and you'll see how it ends up. Alright, so before we start the battle, I actually was thinking about doing a new little segment here every couple of battles, maybe every battle, depending on how often I want to do it. And it's kind of a talk about my team and show you, my Pokemon and why I chose them and kind of how they work within the team structure. Anyway, I'm going to start off with my Gliscor. He is my lead for my team. I really like him. I always thought he's a cool Pokemon. I never got a chance to use him, which is kind of how I built a lot of this team. I chose Pokemon that, were good, but were also ones that I hadn't used back in the original Silver and stuff like that I wanted to try out. So as my lead, he is a bulkier lead. He's not a suicide lead, which pretty much means that I do want to try and keep him for later on in the battle to use possibly as a defensive wall. He does have some some defensive EVs for some added bulk, along with 252 HP, and then the rest are in speed. He's pretty similar to kind of the Smogon set. As of now, I do have Fire Fang on him. I have Fire Fang because just of move typings that I don't have on the other part of my team. I'm probably going to switch it out, to be honest, to U-Turn or Taunt, just as it is more standard, and it is standard because it makes more sense, to be honest. Anyway, one of the reasons I chose him as my lead is I was going through my team like, okay, this is weak to this is weak to that, and I got to a point where, I didn't really have anything that was good against electric attacks. And at first I was going to have a flyer like Aerodactyl as my lead, but then I'm like, I don't need another electric weakness. I'm like, wait, Gliscor, he's part ground, so he's resistant to electric attacks, which is great. He is weak to water and ice, but, it is what it is, and I can always switch out if something like that. So anyway, tell me what you guys think about this little bit that I'm doing, and if you would want to see more of it. I think it's pretty cool, and hopefully I'll keep up with it. So here we have the battle, and once again with my Gliscor starting out, he's going to start with a Mantine. So I'm thinking, it might be kind of a Rain Dance type team. In the past, I might have just stayed in with my Gliscor and set up Stealth Rocks and not really thinking about his survival. So I actually go for the U-Turn this time. I put U-Turn on instead of Fire Fang, kind of realizing that it's going to help me more often than Fire Fang would, and if I have to get out there, at least I can get out of there. I can do some damage on him beforehand. Anyway, so I switch out to my Starmie for the Thunderbolt, but he makes a smart prediction, goes into his Electrode. Now with Rain Up, Thunder obviously has 100% accuracy, so I don't want to stay in for that. So I go right back to my Gliscor. I know it won't be effective at all against him. But instead he goes for the Light Screen, which is pretty smart on his part. Get up some more defensive barriers. And now I'm thinking, okay, I can finally go for the Stealth Rock. I get that up. Knowing I can't do anything against the Weezing, I just U-turn right back out and go into Gengar. Usually Weezing is more of a physically defensive wall versus specially defensive. And the Toxic does nothing to Gengar, so that was pretty awesome. Going for the Shadow Ball, and it's going, like, oh man, that was a really good hit, but then I realized it was a crit. So this would have been a 3-hit KO on this Weezing, and I was thinking it would be a 2-hit KO, since his special defenses usually aren't that great, but maybe I was wrong, or maybe he just has more special defensive EVs in it. Goes out to Bastiodon, I think that's what this is called. But I have the Focus Blast, which is able to just wreck this thing. I think one of the biggest problems that my opponent had in this match was he really switched around a lot, and obviously you want to try and get a good type matchup and everything going. But the more you switch, especially with a team that has Stealth Rocks up against you, it's really going to hurt your team a lot. As you can see here, Flying took a quarter of its damage. Goes into a Camerupt for that Thunderbolt. And this is the reason why I wanted to post this video, because Gengar finally did what I want him to do. He's able to do a lot of damage to the team, and then when he was about to die, was able to Destiny Bond and take out one extra Pokemon with it. So that was really cool. I was really happy. Finally did something. Like I said, I am facing a UU NU team here, so difficulty, like power of like me versus him, I obviously have the clear advantage in OU team versus UU and U. But still, I really I wanted to post this battle firstly to show that Gengar is actually useful in certain situations with the way I want to use him, and I feel like I'm finally getting into the swing of things and predicting and getting less out of my head. Now, I survived that superpower, and that was a 2 bulk up superpower against my Togekiss. I was so very happy about that. Um, I do have some defensive EVs in this spread. It's mostly special defense. It's all HP and a certain amount of defense. If I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't have survived. So that was really good. I was really happy about that. From here, pretty much, he doesn't have a whole lot left. The Weezing goes down to an Air Slash, and the Baconator, the Bastion, will go down to an Aura Sphere. And I think his last Pokemon that he has after this is his Electrode. Um, Now, this is kind of a pseudo Rain Dance team this guy is putting up. He has the Electrode, which I'm pretty sure also has Rain Dance, along with the Mantine. He does have some, it's probably like a half Rain Dance, half not, which, might not be the best strategy just because you can't fully utilize it. Does go for the Thunder, kills my Togekiss. Didn't really worry about that because I knew I could come in with pretty much anything else and take this thing down. So I go with my Gliscor, can take him out with the Earthquake. He goes for the charge. I'm assuming that's because he doesn't have any moves that can really hurt me. Go for the Earthquake, kill the Electrode, and I win the battle. So that's pretty awesome. And good job, Greenbolts. And hopefully you'll improve, and so will I. Bye.